question. Can Make Noise employees identify the sounds of particular voltage-controlled oscillators made by Make Noise?
Locos multiply?
XPO?
DPO spike wave.
Locos? MultiWAVE.
It's MultiWAVE.
Wow. I'm gonna go fold, DPO fold.
MultiWAVE. STO?
DPO?
Oh, whoa, I know what that is. That is, I think it's a DPO.
XPO? Let's say MultiWAVE.
STO.
Sounds kind of XPO. That sounds XPO.
DPO. DPO final.
O-Coast.
O-Coast.
STO. MultiWAVE.
XPO.
I could go XPO on this.
MultiWAVE again. XPO.
XPO.
STO.
DPO.
Ah, it's good to be here in the fun zone. It's been a wild few weeks here getting the polymaths, QXG, and MultiWAVE out into the world. While we've got a second to breathe, I want to bring up, for the first time in a while, our ongoing 12-string iterative music project. If you didn't know, we made a series of morphogene reels based on a recording of a 12-string guitar being picked and strummed and also resonated by the landscape Ferris. The first reel was simply those raw recordings. Then we had people use them as the basis for submitted splices for a new reel. And then we used that reel as the basis for another new reel, and so forth. So now we have 5 reels available in the Google Drive link in the video description. Let's have a little listen to that most recent iteration. The sounds in this reel are associated with a long list of onomatopoeia from the Composing Music with Tape Recorders book by Terrence Dwyer. Now the next step is already ongoing, but it's not to make more sounds just yet. In fact, it is to write a visual score. There are basically no rules at all for this visual score, but to refresh your memory, or give you a quick overview if you missed it before, here's a clip from our original call for scores. Here are a couple images that show Dwyer's suggestion for a tape music score. Like most scores, it's represented with a left to right time axis and utilizes symbols as metaphors for particular types of movements within time. This is not the only possible approach, but I think it makes it a decent template to at the very least be aware of and think about. What I'm hoping we can do now is create a number of scores without yet actually creating the music that they represent. We will collect as many of them as we can, and then everybody who created a score will be assigned somebody else's score to realize as music that we can all listen to together. If you want to take part in this, then please email your score with or without instructions to walker@makenoisemusic.com. I had initially set a deadline of October 15th, and we did already receive a bunch of great entries. But since I hadn't had time to follow up on it just yet, and we're still in the midst of the Polymaths QXG MultiWAVE rollout, let's extend that deadline another 2 weeks to Wednesday, December 10th. After we've collected all the scores, we'll draw virtual straws, and each person who submitted a score will receive another person's score to interpret. We'll take some good amount of time to do that and get results we're happy with, and then we'll present all the scores and music here on the channel. So if you're still interested in taking part in this global collaborative music process, you haven't missed your chance. Let's dig into the sounds of MultiWAVE. We discussed this briefly in the intro video, but I think it's worth reiterating that while the MultiWAVE technically uses wavetables, it's far from an arbitrary Dagwood sandwich of waveforms. The tables were generated from scratch by our engineers from a thorough analysis of module circuit characteristics, and we carefully tested and curated the selection over a period of many weeks to maximize the sonic signature of MultiWAVE. As such, rather than scanning through a cross-section of all possible timbres, wavetable modulation on MultiWAVE is generally more like performing a timbre transform on any number of styles and designs of synthesizer. The tables are organized into categories, so you know what to expect from each bank. Let's check a few out. In the red bank, we have classic shape transforms. Triangle to saw, triangle to square, sine to square to saw, etc. Now, of course, if we directly monitor the 7 and 8 outputs with output mixing turned on, then we get a stereo 8-channel drone. If we had a little detune and time spread, sort of like simmering cream on a hot skillet with a little cornstarch. This, of course, is just one side of the MultiWAVE. The two sides have independent wavetable selection. I love to layer together different types of sounds, together at different octaves, for example. We'll get into all kinds of these ideas in future videos. Now the blue bank is the make noise bank. Here we've got modeled sounds from maths. Zero coast. XPO. Strega. And even Mod Demix. Of course, you'll find make noise based waves in other banks too. A lot of wave folding in the green warp and fold bank. Or hark to the sound of the DPO's sync circuit in the pink bank. I find the pink bank easy to remember because the sync light on the DPO is pink. Plus, pink rhymes with sync, but I think I should avoid spilling too much ink on these mnemonic devices. That said, purple is additive, which makes sense because I think of purple as kind of a compound color. Plus, the multimod sine shape is purple, and additive synthesis is using sine waves as its ingredients. Orange is the keys bank with several organ and piano timbres. You can't spell orange without organ. Yellow is vowels. And of course, the word yellow has more vowel transformations within it than some others. Yellow. And the last bank is FM. Great for, well, try it out yourself and hear what it's great for. What else do you want to hear from MultiWAVE? Have you ever performed music based on a visual score? What's your favorite time of day to patch? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching and happy patching.